All right, boys and girls, want to welcome all our live stream viewers tuning in tonight here for Thursday Night Thunder. About to get underway here. Looking for my ready-to-run sportsman marshals, Jeremy Carter, Bernardo, David Fowler, Mark Bass, Steve Hodling. I need you gentlemen on the track right now. Our drivers for this race are ready to rock and roll and get their warm-ups in. Looking for Sean Melville to check it in here. Once again, Jeremy, Bernardo, David, Mark, and Steve. I've got David, Mark, Jeremy. Looking for Bernardo and Steve out here. Sean, you're in this race, buddy. You're up now. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to put an extra minute on the clock here. Get them facing the right direction and turn them loose. You got 1 minute. Sean, you're in the race. We got some viewers tuning in here. Mr. Charles, great in the FRC novice class on the championship series. Mr. Sammy Dale. Chuck from Titusville. We got Charles saying, questioning, where is the tabletop? Tabletop on the back straight went outside because we had the oval races to run and we weren't going to put it back all the time. Sometimes it takes a lot of effort to get those shimmed out right, so the jumps are the same every time. All right, gentlemen, let's get them in the staging area. We're going to put our wheelers up front here for the start of this one. It's going to be Mr. Justin followed by Mr. Mark, and if I'm not mistaken, I saw a double X out there. Double X4. I hope you got parts for that thing. Just because I don't know if we still do. Alright, once again, the order is going to be Justin, Mark, James, Sean, and Brian. Justin on the tone in lesson 5. Mark. James. Sean, and Brian. Here we go. Boys can do. Again, we have a mixed group here tonight, so the screens look a little goofy online. 13 5-wheeler, and we have independent. Oh, James going for a tumble Rooski. Hitting the instant replay on that. Justin throwing a little elbow there to Sean. Justin rocking that all white triple X4. We got here Mark. Mark showing the fast time right now. On a 25:04 pace. Mark's in that dark black and gray here. He's got lightning, sorts of stuff all over it. It's hard to see on that camera. Oh, James trying to take the shortcut across the oval's sweeping turn there in the south end of the track. All right, now independent stock buggy, your leader for that group. Brian Dean right now, 19.514. Sean on a 17.5 flat. James on a 16.519. These guys just got to clean it up a little bit. Caution the sweeper. It's clear. Pretty bummed out. I don't know where the rest of the four-wheeler guys are. They knew this week was the start of their 2-week cycle. Got a wheeler, need to get around and get it ready for next week. Following week, I think we go back to stadium truck. So got a lot of guys trying to run both, but everybody a chance to run them. I don't know who's got what electronics, and not everybody's got speed control for every vehicle there. All right, let's see what we got here. And Justin is out already. Where is he? There he is. I've got him down for like 4 laps. And he's pulling it off to get something checked there real quick. Had a fast lap of 15.0. Van Neersen with a 14.8 for the group right now. Brian Dean still showing the way, 18-lap pace here. He's got that white body out there with a little bit of blue on it, probably. You know, actually better. Got all sorts of cool graphics on it, hand painted by, I'm guessing, Mr. Larry, Custom RC Graphics. Could be mistaken. Looks like Justin's back in there with a long lap. In full wheel, it's still Mr. Mark Van Neersen. New fast lap last time by with a 14.3. Watch online, apologize. We can't get any more audio going over the thing. I keep getting copyright strikes because, you know, everybody thinks they can copyright my voice somehow. Oh, your leader getting caught up. Pipe here off the final corner. 15 seconds to go. Remember, drivers, that tone goes off. You keep running until I tell you you are specifically done. Up next, Stock Buggy is going to be big boys here. Zachary Schmidt, first time on this track tonight. No laps, I don't think. This ought to be interesting. Jason Venezia, Kermit Butts, Anthony Smith, Mark Van Neersen running back-to-back here. Mr. Olds is done. James is done. Mark is done. Sean is done. And Brian's done. Shut it down. Brian Dean going to take it for independent. 18 and 5-13. Sean with 17 laps. James with 15. Justin having to work out some issues there with his wheeler. At 9 laps. And Mr. Mark Van Neersen taking it overall 19 laps. 5-12. All right, drivers, cars to the table. Turn them off. Radios off. Back out the track to Marshall. All right, drivers, let's get them down and checked in. Sean, TQ, and the Marshall in this one. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, so far, Jason's checked in. Kermit, Anthony. Looking for Zachary, and Mark is back-to-back. Pretty good, Zach. Down. Red light is on, sir. No hot laps till we get marshals out there. Looking for one more. We have 4 good ones out there. Justin, is that something we can do tonight, or would we need to need to find a volunteer for you? Can't hear him talking. All right, Mr. Bryan's out here. This should be all right. All right, gentlemen, get them facing the right direction and roll them off. You got 90 seconds. Somebody going for an e-ticket ride over there. I don't know who that was. All right, gentlemen. Staging here. The order is going to be Zach, Jason, Kermit, Anthony, Mark. Got a check in here from Casey Bass and Dexter Smith saying Team X-Ray in the house. Guys. All right, once again, 5-minute race. All right, my qualifier, Zach on the tone. Less than 5. Jason. Kermit. Anthony. And Mark. All right. Online and new to RC Racing, and do what we call group qualifying. Everybody's on the track, but they're on their own clock. Go out here to go as fast as they can in 5 minutes. Laps. Least amount of time. Already down to 14.5 from Anthony Smith on lap number 1. Now Van Neersen steps that up to a 14.586. Caution the key or the drop off there, and we're clear. Check in from Jordan Newman. Benicia 14.9, 14.9 Jason. Mark 14.4 new fast lap. Anthony, Mark, Kermit, Zach, Jason at the line. Anthony's got a turquoise nose to a white body. The drop off right now. Final corner down the front straightaway he goes. Kermit's rocking the pink and blue. Mark's in the very dark car. Zach's got tail on it, I guess we'll call it right now. I think it's blue and orange there. Little Go Gators again. You don't know. Oh, Mark's rocking the red and blue again. Jason out there in fluorescent yellow with the blue. Just about 2 minutes into this one. Kermit new fast lap 14.28. Jason 14.7. Anthony's dropped to 14.22. On a 21 lap pace here for Anthony and Mark at the moment. Kermit off that by 0.3. Van Neersen turning it up a notch here tonight. Another 14.4 new fast lap for him. Caution in the keyhole. For Fluffles, that was Van Neersen. Anthony going down the front straightaway now. Kermit in that pink nose car in third right now. He's back 4.8 behind our leader. Mark, another new fast lap, 14.36. Behind our leader by 3.5. And Kermit's back 1.2 behind him. Great battle for the lead here. Jason in fourth. Across the line, Jason back about a lap overall. Zach behind him by 5.5. 3 down, 2 to go. And your leader getting caught up in the keyhole. Tough section of the track to get right every time. Go to the webcam view to see a little perspective on the track here. Anthony Smith still showing the way by 1.7 Mark Van Neersen. Caution exiting the infield. Caution exiting the infield. And great job from our marshal pulling the car out to the side. Hagee says he couldn't make it tonight. Next week, our second week of the Wheeler class. So if you got one of those, make sure you bring it out. Following week, back to trucks. Zach Schmidt, new fast lap, 15.9 with 45 seconds to go. It's still Anthony showing the way by 3.5. Exiting the infield here. Down the front straightaway he goes. Van Neersen in second. Now Kermit to second at the line. Let's see what happens with Van Neersen. And he's going to fall to third there by 0.3. Kermit behind our leader by 3.8. Anthony Smith, 14.082. New fast lap. Now Mark taking back that second spot by 0.026. It's tight here. Kermit and Mark both on a 20 lap and 5 flat. Race it out, drivers. Race it out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Jason's done. Keep going, Mark. Anthony's done. Zach is done. Kermit is done. Let's see what Mark's got here. This is going to be a battle for that second spot overall and shut it down. Wow. Guys, it doesn't get any closer than this. All right, Mr. Anthony taking a 21 and 508. Kermit and Mark both have a 21 and 514. Difference of 0.012. 0.012. It's not even like the tread depth on your buggy out there, man. Jason with 19 laps. Zachary with 18. Wow, that's close. And now it's time for sportsmen. Guys, these are the up-and-comers. Some guys getting back into the sport. After a long time, we got some that never driven on a track. Never raced on a track, I should say. I always encourage you, anywhere you go, if you're getting an RC, whatever you're doing, you got to get out and practice before you come out on race day, because way better value to come out and practice all day for 10, 15 bucks wherever you're going, and instead of paying that 5 or whatever it is to get 2 or 3 runs. Always urge you to come out and get practice. There's no substitute for track time. All right, Mr. Mark is checked in. A couple of this, we're going to get it set up here. That reminds me, tomorrow oval practice, if you've seen the picture online on our Facebook group, got the brand new tractor out. Throw the drag behind it, open her up a little bit, let her dry out a little more. Turn 1. Lay that down either tonight or tomorrow, and it's going to be mint all day oval practice tomorrow outdoors. All right, drivers, everybody slow down and stop. I need a couple guys to get checked in here. Mr. Bernardo, if you're on the stand, cross. No, he's not out there yet. All right, let's get Steve to cross that start-finish line on the front straightaway. Logo, the Newred Hobbies logo is start-finish line. Once again, Steve and Steve only to cross that line. You guys are killing me. This is why we can't have nice things. We can't follow directions. Everybody stop. Steve Hodling, I need only Steve to be moving on the track. Cross the line. Thank you, sir. All right, David Fowler. All right, who are we missing for marshals out there? For Mark. All right, gentlemen, get them facing the right direction and roll them off. I'm going to tack another minute on that clock for you all. Roll, roll. Go, guys. You got a minute on the clock. Turn and burn. Watching online, you got a little warm-up time before the race, and that's to get your tires here. Anyways, get your tires warmed up. Clay tires are natural rubber, and they work with heat. Oh, look who decided to show up late. He's too busy posting how he's doing in the Florida RC Championship Series. Oh, he's already in trouble, huh? Uh-oh. You always got to remember, happy wife, happy life. So, doesn't ever let you race. You need to consider your situation. I'm kidding. Uh-oh, we got one that did not like that landing. Slow down the straight, slow down the straight. I don't think that one's making it. That's not a 1 minute change there. Who was that? Mr. Bass trying to take himself. He's trying to psych out the other members of the crew up there. Sure, what do you got? All right. He's like going to put the big motor out there. All right, we'll give him extra minutes here to swap out. Everybody else, slow it down. Just pull the staging area. All right, when Mr. Bass gets out there, we're going to have the order is going to go as a follow. Wow, I can't even talk right now. Woo. Order will be Jeremy, Bernardo, David, Mark, and Steve. While we're waiting, let's tune in online here. Miss Heidi Bass was rooting for Mr. Mark, I'm assuming. Hopefully he gets it back out here. Mr. John Grant tuning in from Sarasota again. Thank you, sir. Just a reminder, tomorrow, outdoor oval practice. Gates open 11 a.m. Open till 6, so the track will be open until about 5:30 out there. You guys a chance to get cleaned up before Sticks gets all mad and kicks you guys out the old-fashioned way. Oh, let's see here, my marshals. Mr. Kerman is helping Mark, I'm certain. Looking for Jason. He's out there. Zachary's out there. Where's Anthony? And Mr. Mark Van Neersen. Mark's on double secret probation. All right. Mark should be heading out here in just a moment. Hopefully he can keep this one in one piece. This guy was out here working all day on that thing, too. Like it's one day off, he's working on it. Putting his what on? Uh-oh. Yeah, Mark, Heidi's watching. She wants like a ribbon out of this, you know, or a medal. He wants a top 3 here, buddy. Saying, you know, no podium, no love. Hey, you know, it's winter, winter, chicken dinner, or, you know, get out. My house. All right, who else is out there online? Jump in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, who you are. Poor David Fowler. He hasn't raced in like 30 years. His first chance to race. Anticipation's got to be building here because he's already got the car down decently. Trying to figure out where he really stacks up. Nice, easy night for some racing here. Only got 3 heats per round, so we can afford to up a little time. Also, Laura's watching too, so apparently it's Mark's daughter. No pressure. Gets out there, we'll give you guys 2 more practice laps just to make sure everything's working okay. Don't forget Saturday morning racing. Gates open at 10 a.m. Registration at noon for oval racing out back. That drops 1 p.m. After that, we'll be inside for the off-road again Saturday night. Registration hopefully around 5 o'clock. Depends on what kind of turnout we have outdoors. Racing at 6. For roof, we have you covered. A drip or 2 here or there, but that's how it goes. Take a look out there. Tell me if he's got a paint mask on. If he's like painting the body too. I'm just messing. That time we probably could have put the new back on. All good. Get him checked in for me, and then gentlemen, we'll give you guys 2 laps. Get him checked in. All right, gentlemen, 2 laps one more time. 2 laps. Get your chance. Get some heat in those tires. Tell Mark to take a deep breath up there. Deep breath. Calm down. This is essentially a couple different levels of entry level here. Novice and sportsman. This is tonight's called sportsman, but in any case, drivers are new back to the sport. Slow them down, gentlemen. Slow them down. Bring them back to staging. Once again, the order for this one's going to be Jeremy Carter, Bernardo Mazzucco, David Fowler, Mark Bass, Steve Otailing. Back it up, Mr. Jeremy. Back it up. You don't want to be that close to the line because you're taking advantage of that full speed you're going to have when you get to it. All right, drivers, this is a 5-minute qualifier. Jeremy on the tone in less than 5. Bernardo. David. Mark. And Steve. I didn't get anything from Mark that time. All right, I'll count it. All right. Drivers a chance to get a couple laps in here. Mr. Carter already starting us off with a 15-0. I think we got Mark's transponder plugged in backwards, but it's all right. I'll keep counting it. Somewhere out there, your leader, Jeremy Carter, looks like he's coming off that final corner, going down the front straightaway. No, that's David Fowler in the light blue. Jeremy in the fluorescent yellow and white. Rocking a 15 flat on lap 2. Whatever he did there, he needs to find some more of that. Fowler across the line with a 19-0. And right now, Jeremy Carter dropping a 14-7. A white and yellow four-wheel drive going down the front straight. On a 19-lap pace, 5:06. Oh, hey, Mr. Anthony with the fancy footwork there. Steve Hoteling in second. Back a lap and change right now. David Fowler in third at the line, dropping a new fast lap, 16.9. Steve answering back with a 16.4. Steve and David on a 17-lap pace right now. David with a 17.8. Steve with a 19. Unfortunate. And it looks like Bernardo might be having an issue. No, that's not Bernardo. Might be Mark. $1:45 to go. Steve answering back with a 16.3. And that's your leader, Jeremy, having an issue. Unknown. Something with the steering, maybe. Was on a 19-lap pace here, but he's dropping back. Now it might be working again. Hold off there and take a look at it before he does any more damage. Smart thing to do. Got 2 rounds of qualifying tonight. Best time's going to feed you in feature. Uno momento. All my Spanish-speaking friends out there, hopefully I didn't do it too bad. Disservice. Oh, Bernardo trying to cut across the loop there and get the fast lap. "35 seconds. Steve Hoteling showing the way right now on a 17-lap pace, 5:05. David Fowler back 7.7. Steve rocking out with that purple nose, white backing. Race it out, guys. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, Steve tumbling in between the tabletops there. Wait, Steve is done. Somebody else we don't know. Race it out, David. Keep going, keep going. Bernardo's done. David's done. Everybody's done. Shut it down. Remember, guys, I call you out specifically on the end of this one. Steve taken at 17,503. David 17,522. Bernardo with 14. Jeremy out after 10. And Mark take that fourth spot with 11 laps. All right, it's the end of the first round. We're going to start round 2 at 8 o'clock. That's going to be about 18 minutes. Once again, 15 minutes and change here. Track will be open for some practice. All right, boys and girls, just about time for round two. It's 7:58. But if we can get our marshal starting heading out here, that'd be awesome. Marshals, that first race is going to be Jeremy, Bernardo, David Fowler, Mark Bass, Steve Hotailing. Racers up in this first race is going to be Justin Olds, Mark Van Neersen, James McDaniel, Sean Melville, Brian Dean. Get your cars ready to rock and roll. Jeremy, hopefully you figured out that problem for that race. Awesome. Pretty good, and unfortunate towards the end. All right, independent and 13 five-wheeler, come on down. The price is right. Sportsmen will be on my marshals. Here they come. All right, let's get them checked in, gentlemen, as soon as we can. Ryan, is that your x-ray? All right. Rocking the x-ray well. Just looking for Sean and Justin to get checked in. Otherwise, we need a couple more marshals out here. I see Jeremy. David's out here. Steve's out here. Looking for Mark Bass and Bernardo. Bernardo gets to that bucket, we'll turn you guys loose. All right, man. Mark, why don't you help out back on the back straight? Mark, go back to the bay door. Over there. Yep. About Jeremy down the far end if you want, or this end. It doesn't matter. Either way. On the hill there. They can see through your legs. They're worried about that last corner dot. All right, all right. Mark, you don't have to stand like that. You can stand on the track. It's fine. Yeah, you don't need to be up there. You can stay down on the ground. You're fine. Cone's there for where you're supposed to be, or give or take. Perfect. All right, these boards are turning to burn and get some heat in those tires. If you're watching the chat, pick your winner out of the independent class. It's going to be either Brian, Sean, or James. Second round is going to be interesting for a wheeler class. Why are we driving backwards on the straightaway under green? Somebody help him. All right, looks like all my drivers are back to staging. We're going to put our wheelers out front again. It's going to be Mark, followed by Justin, and it's going to be Brian, Sean, and James. In 5 more minutes to put forward your best effort here. Mr. Mark Van Neersen going to lead us off in less than 5. Justin. Brian. Sean. And James. And we're off and running. All right, get some new fast laps in here. So far, Brian Dean showing the way for Independent, 19.509 pace. That is ahead of TQ quite a bit here. Oh, caution exiting the end, going on the straightaway here. And Nearson upside down, or fluffled himself. Sean back 2.7 in that second spot for Independent. James trying to run them both down. James out there in the black and yellow. On rocking the orange green. Mr. Brian Dean's got a overall white two-wheel drive car. Oh, Melville testing out the walls down there at the north end of the track. Brian rocking a flame job, the white backing. Down the front straightaway goes with the 18 lap pace here, 5 flat. Still ahead of the LTQ by 13 seconds. John back 3.5 in second. James still back a lap at the line at the moment. See what he's got here when he crosses. Ryan Dean heaving a 15.6 out on these boys. Justin Olds showing the way for Wheeler right now. 20 lap pace and the fast time overall right now, 20.507. Mark at the line back. Oh, a couple seconds here. That 8.7 perhaps. Better time for you there. Just past halfway, 2:25 to go. Pro Stock, you're up next. Oh, Sean flipping over on the drop off there. Caution the drop off, guys. Clear. Yes, Mr. Kermit, we discussed that with him. Next time he'll be properly prepared. You heard it there, 2 to go, 150 on the clock at the line here. Brian Dean still showing the way out on front. TQ pace, top qualifier, the big dog that gets on that first spot for the start of the main. The 15.555 last time by Team X-Ray. He's so happy with that thing right now. He's crashing after he gets a good fast lap. Caution exiting infield. Caution on the straightaway. Caution on the straightaway. Go high, go high. There's a sweeper. And we're clear. Brian, Sean, James at the line, and Justin to Mark battling out. Goes on a 20 lap pace here. Justin, and that it's a 22.4. Looked like a double X to me, but it says to me 22.4. Dan Nearson, I think he might be rocking that B74. Let me know later. Got ASAP Racing tuning in here. I'm assuming that's Wags because I think Square Body's Mike. 30 seconds to go. And Nearson dropping off that 20 lap pace here by less than a tenth. Daniel back 13 seconds behind Sean. Well, you got one between the jumps, and I think that was McDaniel. Race it out, race it out. Brian is done. Justin is done. Mark is done. John is done. Looking for James McDaniel to finish this one out. Here he comes through the keyhole. Down the front straightaway and shut it down. Brian Dean taking it, setting a new TQ 18.503. About 10 seconds on that old time. Justin Olds out of nowhere, 20 laps in 5:08, setting, I think, a new time there for the Wheelers. Van Nearson, 20 and 5:12. Alright guys, cars down, head back out the track to Marshall, and next group, let's get them down and checked in. What these nights are for. Mr. McDaniel getting it done right out there. First down on the table, gonna be the first to Marshall maybe. In the Crocs. Hey, if you were in the Croots, I'd allow it, but wow. Next time you come out with the Croots, darn it. I want to see them on somebody. Alright, so far I've got check-in from Anthony and Kermit. Looking for Mark, Jason, and Zachary. And all our marshals. Guys, that red light is on. Cars may be driving backwards at any point. No high laps. Alright, let's get our marshals out there. They're on their way. You got James out there. Brian's out there. Sean is out there. Mark's in this race, and I need at least one volunteer to help us out. One volunteer to the bucket. Gentlemen, in the meantime, pull them off. You got minute 10 on the clock. Like Mr. Steve's going to jump out in the bucket. Thank you, sir. Top three in this class have a 21 lap run-in so far. That's moving pretty good out there. Current TQ 21.508. But Mr. Anthony would run in the X-ray. Kermit's going to roll off second there in the Associated 7. And Nearson, I'm assuming, might be on the B7. Jason running this week. At an X or an AE? We don't know. And Mr. Zach running a B7, if I'm not mistaken. All right, boys and girls. It's go time. Mr. Anthony leading us off, followed by Kermit, Mark, Jason, and Zach. Anthony on the tone. Less than 55. Kermit. Mark. Jason. And Zach. Mr. Zach going to call the ball here. Start off late, give himself as much room as he can. Hopefully he's going to turn in some hero laps, because right now these boys are down into the fast 14s. A 14-2 from Anthony to start us off. Mark 14-2. Kermit 14-6. Jason 19-2. Zach with a 21-4. Somebody's getting looked at by Steve. Zach's still out there. Looks like Jason might have an issue, and he might be out of this one. Zach 16-9, new fast lap for him. Anthony Smith 13-9 on lap 3. 22 lap pace here. Your leader out there in that turquoise nose. White backing. Down the front straightaway he goes. Kermit Butts in the pink. Blue in second by 3.6 at the line. Van Nearson the 14-2, new fast lap for himself. He's in third. Across the line, he's back 6.6 behind Kermit. Back another 16.7. New fast lap for him. He's down a lap and change in fourth. (13.8) from Anthony, and he went wide onto the straightaway there. Wow, he's got some speed in that thing tonight. Gives him room. Oh no, and Anthony didn't quite have enough room. Still lands it. Back down to a 15.7. Let's see what he does this time by a 16.2. He's on a 17 lap run here. Still going to qualify fifth at the moment. Anthony and Kermit, the only two guys improving their qualifying time at the moment here. 21.5 flat for Anthony, 21.509 for Kermit. Difference of 5 seconds at the line between those two. Zach now picking it up to a 15.5. Our leader getting tied up. Some traffic here. This is going to tighten things up. Anthony with a 19-second lap. Here comes Kermit with a 14.2 difference of 4/10 for that top spot. Kermit just off that TQ by 3/10 overall. Now Kermit and Anthony ahead of that top time here at the moment. Still Anthony out front by 4/10. Van Neersen back 9 seconds in third. Zachary down 2 laps and change in fourth. Pick up our leader coming through the drop off down around the keyhole. Final corner down the front straightaway. 14.1. Kermit answering back with a 14.5. Back 6/10 there. Less than a minute to go. Sportsman, you're up next. Giving Anthony plenty of room here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the sportsmanship. Mark with a 14.9. He's got a fast lap of a 14.0. Anthony 13.8. Kermit 14.2. Zachary 15.5. Jason, unfortunately, a 19.2 with the only lap he got done. That is time, drivers. Race it out. Race it out. Anthony's done with a 14.3 to finish out there. Mark's done. Kermit's done. And Zach is done. Shut it down. Anthony Smith taking it. Lighten up the TQ beacon here. 21.504. New TQ. Kermit 21.509. Going to put it second overall. Mark with 20. Not improving his time. Zachary not improving his time with a 17-lap run. And Jason not improving his time. Mr. Derek's tuning in here on Jeremy. All right, gentlemen, let's get him down and checked in. Once again, oval practice tomorrow, 11 to 5:30. About 30 minutes to clean up because Mr. Sticks, I'm sure, wants to be out here at 6 o'clock. Wants a little steak dinner or something for the end of the week, you know, prep for Saturday. drivers' pace, speed. We will have cars going backwards on the track. We've already had a couple under the wrong time doing it too. All right, looking for our marshals. It's going to be Zach, Jason, Kermit's out there, Anthony Smith, Mark is out there. Check it in and park it. Looking for a couple more marshals. All right, I need a check-in from Mark Bass. Mark Bass, if you're out there. How about Kermit? Keep him company. All right, David Fowler, checking for me. Mark forgot to turn his car on. Never one thing. On the right model. All right, guys, I'll give you a solid minute of practice here in just a moment. Mark is currently trying to get the Braves game on his TV there, called the radio. New fancy radios like David Fowler's like got to be going crazy. You mean I can have 20 models on this thing? Cars? Last time he raced, they were still changing crystals out. Those times, they only had 27 megahertz. I don't think they had any of the 75 at all. 6 cars racing if you're lucky. All right, gentlemen, let's pull that car to the side and let these guys get some hot laps here. Kermit, just put it on the rail there. All right, gentlemen, roll it off. You got 1 minute. And looks like we might have it here. We'll see. I'm just tuning in once again. This is round 2 of qualifying. 5-minute qualifier for this group. Sportsman out to roll off here in 10 seconds or so. Caution the front straight. Woo, Mr. Jeremy taking his life in his own hands out there. Well, let's bring him back to the staging area, drivers. Bring him back to staging. The order for this one's going to be Steve, David, Bernardo, Mark, and Jeremy. Once again, Steve, David, Bernardo, Mark, and Jeremy. Alrighty, guys, 5-minute qualifier again. Steve on the tone in less than 5. David, Bernardo, Mark, and Jeremy. Now we know Jeremy's got a fast car. Let's see if he can keep it together this time. Gave Mark a little, how's you doing there? Caution out front straight. Stay low, stay low, stay low. Take it tight in the straight. And we're clear. All right, off and run. We'll give these guys. Whoa, caution on front straight. Caution on front straight. Caution on front straight. Like Dave's going to take an extra attempt at that jump. Number one thing you got to do is just go up the jump straight. Straighten those wheels out at the top. Caution at the drop off. 1 minute into it, Jeremy Carter showing the way at the line. David in second, Steve to third, Bernardo, Mark. We'll let it sort out one more time here. Guys getting into a kerfluffle. Caution in the keyhole. Clear. So Jeremy holding on the lead with a 15.4 out front, 18.5.11. That is a new TQ pace here. Steve setting the bar a little higher, 18.5.09. The new fast lap of a 15.6. Steve out there with that purple tipped white backing. Like caution on the front straight, caution on the front straight. And we're clear. Steve and Jeremy battling out here. Jeremy across the line. Back 3.4 at the line there. Steve out front on an 18.5.06. Fowler, a new fast lap, 17.1 last time by. He's on a 15 lap run here, not quite improving his time. Mr. Mark in fourth, Bernardo in fifth right now. Bernardo rocking the silver. Where he was. Looks like they're working on Bernardo's car in the corner, trying to get him back out there. Fowler, new fast lap, 17.0. Mark with a 20.7, new fast lap for him. Jeremy Carter, 15.473, turning it up a notch. Back with an leader down the front straightaway. Steve with a 16.4. Running some pretty good 16s here. Gonna kerfluffle for time or two. Steve might be bumping up the independent here this weekend. We'll see. Mark going for some freestyle points, crossing the tabletops there. One minute to go. You heard it there. Steve down the back short chute, dropping off the drop off now around the keyhole. Around that final corner, through the sweeper, down the front straightaway. The 16.8 out front on an 18.5.07 here. That's setting TQ by an entire lap. Jeremy Carter trying to run him down here. Jeremy now taking over the lead there by 1 second. Jeremy is starting to find his groove. Dropped a 15.5 last time by. "15 seconds. Remember, drivers, at the end of this race, that tone's going to go off. You keep racing until I call you out specifically. Oh, poor Mark. Turn one. That was our potential leader there. David Fowler is done. That was our leader, caught up on the corner. Steve is done. Looking for Jeremy, Mark, and Bernardo. Bernardo's done. Jeremy's done. Looking for Mark to finish out here and shut it down. Got to break out that DQ beacon. Jeremy Carter taking that one right towards the end there. 18.5.08. Steve, 18.5.12. David Fowler, new fast lap on his last lap, 16.998. Ended up with 16 laps, not improving his time. Still going to line up third. Mark Bass with 13 laps, improving his time. And Bernardo having some trouble there mid-race, finishing out with 9 laps. That is the end of qualifying drivers. It is 8:30. We'll give you guys about 30 minutes break here. We'll start at 9 o'clock with the mains. Once again, mains at 9 p.m. All right, boys and girls, just about to get ready to rock and roll here in the mains. Up first will be Independent Buggy. And our 13.5 wheeler class, Brian Dean, Sean Melville, James McDaniel, Justin Olds, Mark Van Neers, and gentlemen, start heading this way. Mr. Anthony's blowing the track off right meow. Marshals will be our sportsman drivers, Jeremy, Steve, David, Bernardo, and Mark Bass. Anthony, did it die? Like we need to have a battery change on the blower. All right, once again, looking for my marshals, Jeremy, Steve, David, Bernardo, and Mark. Gentlemen, start heading out there, please. Mr. Anthony blowing the track off for us here. We're about to get underway with the mains. All right, gentlemen, let's get them checked in. Check them in, check them in. My marshals, I need you out here right now. Got David out here. Looks like Steve's out here. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Looking for Bernardo, Mark, and who else we missing? Jeremy. Here they come. You're marshaling. Same order. Slow it down, gentlemen. Slow it down. Looking for last couple marshals. Guys turned loose here. Ready to rock and roll. He's like, I'm ready this time. Mark, jump out in that keyhole there and we'll turn these guys loose. Gentlemen, roll it off. You got 90 seconds on that clock. Get him facing the right direction. Better eat. Kyle P tuning in tonight. Says he wish he could be here getting spanked, but scared. Something like that. Whoa. Caution down that front straight. Bernardo to the sliding door in the back. Help out Mr. Dave back there. That'd be great. Who's parking at the end of the straightaway there? They're asking to get whacked. Laps, you're more way out of the south in the track is always spot. We do not stop straightaway, even in the oval. Mr. Mark, Heidi says, have a really nice looking Marshall out there. All right, gentlemen, that is time for your warm-ups. Let's get them to the grid. We're going to put our independent buggy guys up front just to mess with our wheeler guys. Brian Dean going to be your TQ point setter or pole sitter there. 18 laps, 5:03. Line up second, Sean Melville. Third's going to be James McDaniel. Fourth will be our top qualifier for four-wheel drive, Justin Olds, bringing out the 22.4 again. And Mr. Mark Van Neersen in fifth. Just to remind some of our drivers out there who haven't been in the sport. Mains, these are the features, whatever you want to call them. Heads up start on the tone. Drivers, just a reminder, these are 6-minute A mains tonight. At least for this class and the next one. We'll see what the computer brings up for the last one. Drivers, everybody's not going to win this one on the first lap. So keep it clean on the tone in less than 5. And Justin, no mercy, jumping right out of that second spot from fourth on the grid. We are running two different classes here. They're getting scored separately. We got a kerfluffle down at the far end of the track in turn 1. Cross the line, Justin Olds showing the way. Mark Van Neersen getting by in second by 1 second. Brian Dean to third overall. Showing the way for independent though with a 16.6. Minor leader overall for half. Mr. Sean back 6 seconds in fourth. James back 1.2 in fifth. Second place rolling over there is going to give Brian Dean a chance to catch up here. Dropping a 69. Sean with a 16.4. James 18.7. Some new fast laps there. Justin Old 18 or 14.8. Backs up with a 15. Right now it's Justin to Mark for the four-wheel class. It's Brian, Sean, and James for independent. Brian Dean, new fast lap 16.1. Sean turning in the keyhole there, hitting Mark in the ankles. Sean and James battling out here for that second spot and independent as they go over the first jump. Through the drop off, they go around the keyhole. Around the sweeper, down the front straightaway. Battle for that second spot on the podium for independent. Mark showing the way for Wheeler. Justin back 1.4 at the line. Mark trying to work his way through some traffic here. Caution in the sweeper, caution in the sweeper. Oh, Mr. Mark. Brian getting tangled up in Mark's feet there. 3:15 down, 2:45 to go, just past halfway, drivers. Mark Van Neersen with a 14.5, turning up a notch with his wheeler. Justin Olds back 3 seconds in second overall. Got to find about 3/10 on his fast lap. Caution exiting the infield. That was our leader. Dropping an 18.5. Justin back now, half a second. Oh no, we got a Kurt Fluffle. .425 down, 135 to go. It's battle between Sean and James here. They're separated by 4 seconds right now. At second place in Indy Buggy. James on the 18.3 new fast lap. Mark and Justin back 4.2. Justin Olds new fast lap 14.6 on the previous lap. Mark, your overall leader in that dark buggy out there, that four-wheel drive. All black on the screen. Justin, the all white. Ryan Dean white with a job on it. John in the orange and green. James in the yellow and black. I think he calls that Bumblebee. Mark Van Neersen dropping a 14.3 new fast lap. Brian out front, independent, dropping a 15.7. He's got about 2 laps on the field right now. Oh, we got a Kurt Fluffle in the sweeper. Justin getting the wrong end of that one. Brian Dean, 15.6 new fast lap. James, 18.1 last time by. James, you're done. Brian is done. Race it to the line. Looking for your victory overall for Mark Van Neersen. Shut it down, gentlemen, with a new fast lap, 14.038. Mark taking it for Wheeler. Justin in second. Brian Dean taking home. Race is over, guys. The race is over. The red light is on. Brian Dean taking it. 21 laps, 6:01 in independent. Sean with 19 and James with 18. All right, guys. Boys and girls, it's time for Stock Buggy. And if you're watching online or anybody out in the pits, remember tomorrow, Friday, outdoor oval practice. Track turned up out there. We'll roll it in the morning. Here's some time to hopefully plug all the stuff in, get going and all that too. As well as indoor practice all day for the off-road guys. Get them checked in, gentlemen. Van Neersen making his way up the stairs. My marshals are starting to head out here. Kenny Silver's tuning in, saying Losi skate design forever. Somebody's saying Kermit's got this. I'm assuming that's Kyle. He's got to be stirring up something here. All right, my drivers are ready. Where are my marshals? These boys are ready to rock and roll to get some hot laps in here. Talk about how great our race was later. That's what the forums are for. The internet, Facebooks, RC Tech, or whatever. Oh, it's Mr. Stephen Downey. All right, gentlemen, roll them off. You got minute 20 on the clock. We'll get one more marshal out there at the bucket here in just a moment. Kermit saving everything he's got for this race. He's not even taking a hot lap. Caution the drop off. Volunteer for Mr. Olds out there at the bucket. That'd be great. Think about it. You get to sit down. All right, gentlemen, what's the need? One more volunteer marshal at the bucket. Justin, beg somebody. Begging Steve here. Justin, what do you want? We can move some guys around if it works. What he's saying is don't wreck in front of him at the bucket. All right, gentlemen, let's get him in the grid. Your top qualifier, 21 laps, 5:04, Mr. Anthony Smith. Lining up second is going to be Kermit Butts. Third, Mark Van Neersen. Fourth, Jason Benicia. Fifth, Zachary Schmidt. Gentlemen, 6-minute race. You know the deal. Don't wreck in front of Justin to make it easy on him. Still got a few rods in those legs to go through yet, I think. Maybe a few more surgeries. We'll see. All right, boys and girls, take it easy. You know the deal. 6 minutes. Everybody on the tone in less than 5. Here we go. Start. Good start. Down the keyhole they go. Oh, Jason catching a pipe on the way into it. Ball back to the back. See what he can do to get back in there. Got a curve fluffle at the end of the straight. Going. Anthony Smith dropping a 14-1 to lead these boys off into that second lap. Now on lap 3. Kermit 14-2. Mark 14-7. Top 3 separated by 1.7. Through the keyhole they go. Down the front straightaway. You don't want to make those mistakes. You want that car to handle perfectly. Not to be the fastest thing. It's just got to stay on its wheels. Anthony, Kermit, Mark, 2.7. Top 3 separated. Mr. Jason coming off that final corner down the front straightaway. He's back another 7 seconds in 4th. Back on a long lap here if I'm not. Back 10 seconds in 5th. Pick up our leader, exiting the keyhole. Round the sweeper, down the straightaway again. 14.092. New fast lap for Anthony. Kermit in that pink and blue. Mark in the red and blue. Mostly blue. Got a little red on the sides there. Caution in the drop off. Caution in the drop off. Still caution in the drop off. Clear. Two down, 2 down. And nears from the 14-2. Another new fast lap. Anthony exiting the field down the front straightaway. He goes another 14-0. Kermit back 3.2. 14.4. Mark back another 1.4 with another 14.4. Jason giving him room, letting him go by. Kermit Butts 14.192. New fast lap for him. Still back 3 seconds behind your leader. 14. Anthony Kermit answering back with a 14.2. Mark with a 14.9, back 2.4. Behind Kermit overall to the leader, back 5.5. Jason crossing the line. He's behind by 13.5 behind Mark for that final podium spot. Heard it there, halfway. Pick up our leader coming over the first jump. Kermit's got a good lap going here. Anthony 14.04, new fast lap. Kermit with a 14.3. 4 seconds at the line. Oh, caution on the exit of the sweeper. That was your leader. There goes Kermit trying to dive down the inside. Not going to make it happen there. We've got a battle for the lead. Anthony taking a defensive line over the second tabletop. Oh, Kermit gets into him. He's waiting for him. There goes third place by taking the lead. Good sportsmanship, guys. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time here. Anthony getting through the sweeper just a little bit better. Not much. And Mark showing the way, exiting the infield around the sweeper, taking a high line there on early entry to it. Anthony 13.9, turning it up a notch. Kermit with a 14.4, back 0.8. Your leader's coming through the drop-off. Jason battle lap behind him, but still got a chance to get on that podium if he can keep it clean. Zachary back 2 laps and change. 1:10 to go. Jason, new fast lap, 14.5 in that green, yellow, and blue. Got a little green there too. Battle for the lead over the tabletops, down the back, short chute. Over the other tabletop, into the drop-off, around the keyhole. Oh, Mark up on 2 wheels. Anthony's going to sneak on the inside there. All it took was one little bobble. Caution, turn around. There you go, Brian. Caution after that drop-off. Either way, just go. Felt bad for you. Catching in time. 14 seconds to go. It's Anthony down the front straightaway. Mark back half a second. Kermit back 9/10. 5 seconds. This is going to be the last lap here. If Kermit can't make a pass, or if Mark can turn up the wick here. Let's see what happens. Race it to the line. Anthony's going to take it. Mark in second. Kermit in third. Jason's going to take the 4th spot, and Zach's going to round him out and shut it down. Anthony 25, 604.1. Van Neersen 0.8. Kermit 606.1. Top 3 separated by 2 seconds at the line. Jason on 24 laps. Zach with 21. Kermit pushing too hard there when he had the opportunity. Might have waited a little extra time there. See if he can't force him into the bobble, but otherwise, great race. All right, we're going to add an extra minute on the clock here. You guys are marshalling for us. Thank you, gentlemen. Gentlemen, that red light is on. Nobody should be doing any hot laps out there. All right, looking for my marshals. Kermit's out there already. Just looking for a check-in from David. All right, let's get my marshals out there from that last race. There was 5 of them on the track. These gentlemen are ready to rock and roll. I've already given you guys an extra minute already. Kermit's out there. Here comes Jason, Zachary, Mark, Anthony. In position, gentlemen. We can talk about how great we were later. Mr. David Fowler, please check it in one more time for me. All right, gentlemen, get them facing the right direction and turn them loose. You got about 90 seconds on the clock. Good turnout tonight here in Sportsman. Fowler out there with a 21.5. Great for his first time back in 30 years. All right, gentlemen, let's start slowing it down. Let's slow it down. Get our cars to the grid. That number 1 spot down at the end of the straightaway. Gonna be Jeremy Carter. Bring it to the top spot there. Lineup second, Steve Hoteling. Third, David Fowler. Fourth, Bernardo Mazzucco. And rounding out the field in 5th spot, Mark Bass. All right, gentlemen, this is also a 6-minute main. A little extra track time tonight for you guys. Remember, you're not going to win it on the first corner, and you definitely can lose it. Finish first, you got a first finish, gentlemen, so keep it clean. Everybody on the tone in less than 5. Oh, caution on the front straight. Mark just had something flying off that car. Not sure what it was, but he's underway again. Nice Jeremy Carter, David Fowler, Steve, Bernardo, and Mark at the line here. Jeremy stretching this out. 15-3 that time by caution in the keyhole. Caution the drop off, and we're clear. Uh-oh, looks like Bernardo might have an issue. They're going to see if they can jiggle the handle, pop a ball cup back on. Jeremy, David Fowler. See where David is. Like he's just about to cross the line here, maybe. David rocking the blue and white there. Oh, he throws an elbow at Bernardo. Mark Bass, new fast lap, 21.7. Caution the drop off. Great job from a marshal getting the car up out of the way and put it down when it's clear. Jeremy out front on 23 lap pace. David Fowler back a lap in second. Don't worry about it. Just go. Trying to do the right thing. I appreciate it. Jeremy out there in that white and fluorescent yellow. From the top rope. Yes, sir. From the top rope. Ooh, yeah. Dig it. Remember to be the man. You got to beat the man. Steve Hotailing, 15-8, new fast lap for him, jumping up that second spot, and David going crazy up that keyhole. Go. David back 12 seconds in third, right meow. Mark in fourth, down 2 laps, and Bernardo, caution on the front straight, caution on the front straight. Go high on the front straight, drivers. We are clear. That was our leader caught upside down on the front straightaway. Caution exiting the beeper. Bernardo getting an 18-second lap out of it. Oh, we got one upside down underneath the serpent sign there at the north end. Looks like Bernardo turned in too fast. And nobody's battling for position right now. The closest battle is between Bernardo and Mark, and they're still separated by 12 seconds out there. Jeremy Carter coming off that final corner down the front straightaway with a 16.5. Uh-oh. And looks like Bernardo has another ball cup off. After the first or second time, you probably want to change those. They do stretch out and they keep popping off faster and faster. And looks like Mark's going to take over that 4th spot here. Oh, it was. Jeremy just went gravedigger on him, I think. And there it is. Mark taking over that 4th spot now. Bernardo out, unfortunately, with some ball cup issues. Steve down a lap in second right now. Fowler in third. $1:15 to go. Oh, Jeremy out of nowhere. Uh-oh. Kermit throwing instructions out there to his pit buddy. $35 seconds. Steve down that front straightaway. Mark the leader ahead of him by about 2 laps at the line here. Caution at the drop-off. We're clear. 15 seconds. Looks like might get one more lap out of or a couple guys. We'll see what happens here. David saying, I was racing before you were even out of your diapers. Race it to the line. You cross, you're done. David's done. Jeremy's done. Steve's done. Looking for Mark to finish out here. Here he comes. Around the final corner, down the front straightaway, and shut it down. Jeremy Carter taking it 22.603. Steve with 20 laps, David with 18, Mark with 14, and Bernardo out after 9. All right, boys and girls, give me about 2 minutes. I'm going to head out there with the awards for podium ceremonies on the front straightaway. I want to thank all our viewers tuning in online tonight. Remember, tomorrow, Friday, oval practice out back. Track is getting prepped already tonight. Rolled in probably in the morning. And gates open at 11 a.m. Practice till about 5:30 out there for the oval. Don't forget indoor practice on the off-road all day tomorrow as well. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you Saturday racing oval outside. Registration noon, racing at 1. Off-road will be roughly 5 p.m. registration, racing at 6. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you then.